been at Microsoft, CIA, Cisco, and Microsoft, working on security issues. And we've been talking about some companies starting in kind of the MSSP space, talking about eCentire, and then we went to Leidos, Lockheed Martin, and that's kind of where we are right now. And Mike was just saying before you joined that, their focus tends to be in the still on the Fed and DoD. And I was asking first about commercial. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mike, you were saying that in the commercial space, they tend to send in their B team. And I was about to ask, so there are two issues. One is around selling motion, and I want to get into that. But I also want to tee up product capabilities. So in the commercial and Fed space, where would you evaluate Leidos, Lockheed Martin in terms of what their offerings are?
So I think their offerings in general are equal to what you're going to find with the likes of IBM, Accenture. And I'm going to put IBM in that bucket because IBM, although they build a lot of products themselves, they still do a lot of partnering in this space with a variety of their clients, and sometimes at the request of their clients, other times in the fact that they recognize that they're missing certain capabilities in their business. And again, if you look at like Accenture and others, they still do a lot of federal contracts themselves. So they're kind of emulating each other. A majority of the companies that you mentioned, really, if you were to look at them, they all look the same from what they say they offer. Where the differences are is in the depth of their capabilities and the scale at which they can deliver and operate within their business. I think one of the things with Leidos that historically, and I still think today, the issue is can they respond to the client's demand for incident response and in-depth analysis as quickly as some of their competitors, because it's the tooling. So you take a look at a company like FireEye. You look at Microsoft, where they have their advanced threat analytics capabilities that they embed with the customer in a real-time application that basically does the intercepts and basically looks at appliances and says, hey, here's your exposures, and brings that to the client with a recommendation on how to make those changes and how to improve that platform. They also, I'm going to talk FireEye for a minute, they also reach out to the vendor, be it Microsoft or be it Dell or anybody who might be that, platform, Cisco, whoever it might be, and they get them engaged. So they bring all the players together. They don't try and just go in there and do everything on their own. Okay, and that's because while they do have products, their Mandiant side of their business, which does their analytics work and their investigative work, are very much that agnostic piece of the business. While they have their own tools, they work with what the customer has or help the customer find what they need. And I think that's kind of the difference that you start to see is, when you start to get into it with these organizations. Can they come on site and, like you said, help with the sales motion? I'll speak from a Microsoft point of view. So at Microsoft, our account managers could do a basic presentation, but they get killed in the Q&A. And that seems to be kind of the same thing with